man, you know what nigga really like that though? Man, Kev, man. That nigga don't cheat on his wife.
I don't cheat on my wife. It's really not that revolutionary. You think I want to lose somebody who cares enough to speak into me over a coochie hole? A coochie! You know what a blessing it is to know somebody who knows you for real and could speak to you in a way that nobody else can? Like, I'm gonna give you an example. My brother passed away 3 years ago now. When I'm breaking down every night or in the morning, she's also like allowing me to crumble in her arms. What value do you place on somebody where you can be whatever emotion you need to be? That's why it's easy for me, because like I truly see the value in her and I wouldn't wanna lose that for some coochie.
Let's try this again.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Try This Again. I am in sunny LA in a studio that I've never used before, and I absolutely love it. Shout out to Dear Media for booking it. Thank you, Dear Media. On your dime. So I have a guest today, you guys. As you can see from the trailer, in the intro, and the title, KevOnStage.
Praise the Lord, daughter of Zion. Amen.
Come in here.
God's got a plan for your life. Amen. He's going to turn that thing around. Amen. Because I'm joking. But thank you.
Not come in here with that, Bishop. He walked in like, God bless.
God bless you. God bless you, daughter of Zion.
We were just talking off camera that because he was starting to talk and I was like, save it for the pod.
Yeah.
He was talking about Atlanta and his family, and he put his hands together like this. If you're listening to the audio, please go look at the YouTube. And he was like, yeah, because basically I said, save it for the pod. Because anytime you do this or this, it's like you're really.
This is like the dichotomy, right? Okay, so we're going to turn, it doesn't matter what industry, finances, church, activism, okay, and that's when reparations, right? It's going to turn, amen.
Does this mean you know what you're talking about?
You absolutely know what you're talking about, and you've said it before, and you're visually telling people, I don't know what it's saying. But
you're bringing it together.
Yeah, we're bringing it together. We're turning it.
I've done that before.
We're turning it around. Yeah.
We did something together. We were on stage with a panel.
Yeah, it was in DC. It was ABFF's funniest. Their comedy festival in DC a few years ago.
I got to work with
you and Haha.
Yeah,
Haha Davis.
I love him. Shout out to Haha.
God.
He is hilarious.
Yeah.
I got to do a stand-up show with you.
Yeah.
I think this is like my maybe third time like working with you ever. So thanks for coming.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. How do you feel today? What's been going on?
Listen, I'm promoting my book. You see? Where's my camera? I have my book. You see, people? The pre-order's been trash. And people were like, that's because you didn't take it on the podcast. Why? I forgot.
I forgot I was promoting.
They were right, but I don't be, I'll be on the move.
I know.
And I only have 2 of these galleys, but I have it, okay? And I know the pre-orders better jump.
Don't say they've been trash.
They've been trash.
Okay.
They've been trash.
What is trash?
Well behind my first book. My publisher said they're well behind. Hey, Kev, they were like, can you promote it every single day?
Please.
And I was like, no, I can't.
You know why? Because no matter how much you post this, out of the millions of people that follow you and know who you are, there's people that still don't know this exists.
First of all, the people who told me to bring the book, they're not wrong. Okay. I just don't like people telling me what to do, especially when they're right.
Okay.
Second of all, I'm aware the world has changed. Mm-hmm. The finances have changed. The economy has changed. Right? Because you had went down to H&M. You had went down to that H&M.
Don't say that word.
I wasn't even being funny. Jesus.
The finances have changed.
The finances is Jesus.
Jesus.
Those two.
Jesus.
And boy.
You got to call on them. You don't know what to say. Jesus. Babe, that's all I got for you.
But yeah, I'm aware of what's going on. And to be honest, Target is a huge part of selling books.
Okay.
And the black people, we ain't with Target right now. And again, like, I know that's going to hurt me. I remember I was on the phone with my publisher months ago, and they were talking about the rollout plan. They were like, okay, last time you guys sold so well in Target, and we're going to do even more in Target. And I was like, they were like going to have an end cap. They wanted me to do in-store signings. And I was like, I can't do that.
Good for you.
And they were like, why?
Wow.
Like the lady was like, why? And I was like, the black community is boycotting Target. And she was like, you know, like we understand, but you know, and I said, hey, y'all, I'm black first. I can't go against my community on something we've agreed to We agreed no Target. It's no Target. She was like, but Kev, and I was like, if the boycott is over by then, which I don't know how it's decided it's over, but I know it's not decided. But if it's still going on, I gotta take that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not tripping. Like, I've lived my life where money can't be the only reason you do things.
Come on.
Things, if it don't settle with your spirit, whatever that is. Like, I remember when I worked in a bank, one of our personal bankers was like, she had a large clientele that who English was not their first language.
Okay.
But they owned a lot of business. They had good credit and stuff. So what she was doing, not to their knowledge, she would say, okay, you want to buy a house? Okay, put 20% down. Okay. And they would have it. She would lie about how much money they make, how much credit this is back then when the economy was doing great and the computers were checking your credit. If you had good credit and good income, you were approved. And they didn't really check the income. You put in whatever people had, they didn't really check. So anyway, what she was doing, she would get you a mortgage, and then 3 months later, whatever your equity was, she would refinance that she'd get a second mortgage for you, whether you need it or not, another line of credit, and then 6 months after that, she would refinance that into your loan. And they had no idea. So they're coming back in, and she's making a killing. She's getting bonuses. She's crushing. And I'm like, I can't do that.
That's wrong.
That's wrong. And I live in this city.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be in the Puyallup Fair and somebody hits me up beside the head with a brick because I done beat them out of a loan. Like, and she took all that money and she put it in some CDs for 5 years and quit the job and moved. And they were trying to convince us to do what she was doing. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that to these people because I want to sleep at night.
100%.
And I can't sleep at night knowing I done did these people wrong. Even if there is money.
It's called conviction.
Yeah, man.
You start losing
conviction,
that.
discernment, morals, integrity.
Character.
So character. And it was like, bro, I'm not doing nothing like that, even if y'all are okay with that. And after she quit, people would come in like, yo, what is these loans? What's going on? They come in with an interpreter.
Oh, my God.
And we were like, and that lady was gone.
Oh, my God.
And nothing she did was illegal. It was just wrong.
It was wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, they do the right thing.
It's just,
That's it.
And I can live with that.
Yeah.
I can't live like stepping on people, taking advantage of people on my way to the top because I won't feel at peace. I'll be at peace if I never get any higher than I am now, as long as I got to screw people over and do people wrong to get there. So everybody's not like that in this business, as you know.
100%. You know who always speaks so highly of your character? I obviously know you because of the industry, social media, and seeing you and working with you here and there. But Brandon.
B-Lou?
Oh my God.
That's my boy.
I was on tour with him and I just learned so much from him and we just built such a good friendship.
Yeah.
Like, man, you know what nigga really like that though? Man, Kev, man. That nigga don't cheat on his wife. That nigga just a good ass nigga, man. I'm like, I love him. Like, anytime we get in a deep conversation about like manhood, or he always talks about you and Tony.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are just great men. He's like, yeah, when Tony's son, I think his son passed away.
Serene. Yeah.
He was just like, how Tony showed up in that season just showed Brandon so much.
Yeah.
So just know that when y'all are in when y'all names is in rooms that y'all aren't in, and people like Brandon really speak highly
I love that.
of
That's
your
my
character.
guy.
Yeah.
That's Clay Cole.
Yeah.
You know, no, that's Cobb County. We was making fun of him because there was a signing in Clayton County, but he's from Cobb County. He only stays from Atlanta. He's from Cobb.
I'm from Cobb.
But yeah, I think
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Asking for support is always helpful and definitely helps your mental health. These days, it feels like there's advice for everything, you guys. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works for you? With the internet and information overload about mental health and wellness, it can be a struggle to know what's true and what actions to take these days. Using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can get you personalized recommendations and help you break through the noise. The best part about BetterHelp is that they are fully online, making therapy affordable and super convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. They have over 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties, and it's easy to switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/bsimonepod. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/bsimonepod.
I love that. I don't cheat on my wife. It's really not that revolutionary.
It
really isn't.
It's just, I'm just doing the right thing. I'm doing what I committed to. I'm holding up my end of the bargain.
Yeah, she also don't cheat on me, but
sure.
I get way more credit for not cheating on her.
She's fine now.
She is.
She's fine.
And she's about getting better with age.
Yeah.
I am what I am. 270, the hair gone, the belly ain't.
No, you're fine.
But but I think it's never been my personality. I've never cheated on anybody in my life. I was just like, I had not many girls. Like I've dated Melissa when I was 16, but I also recognize the value she brings to my life.
Come on.
And I would not want to do anything to disturb that, devalue that. Like, that is my friend. That is my business partner. That is like you know what a blessing it is to know somebody who knows you for real and could speak to you in a way that nobody else can. Like, I'm gonna give you an example of like, yeah, it's not even like, sex is great, right? But a hole is a hole. At the end of the day, there's only so many positions you can do.
A hole is a hole.
A hole is a hole. You got 2-3 holes
I
max.
had a dream about having sex last night, and I've been celibate for 2 years.
And then you get up and you take that cold shower and you hush and you go before the throne of grace and you get on your knees and you eat some rice. You eat some rice crackers. What are those things? Rice cakes. Because rice cakes gonna get you out of the mood.
I hate rice cakes.
And you ain't gonna
so
think about no
dry.
peen if you're eating rice cakes. That peen gone.
You're like,
Yeah, you ain't gonna be thinking about it. But I was talking to her about what I want to do on my next tour. And I told her, I was like, I'm gonna run these old jokes back that I haven't done, this old church stuff. And she was like, nah, you can't do that. And I was like, why? Liz, haven't done these jokes in years. She was like, yeah, because they're old. She was like,
you're better than that. Like,
she told me straight up,
Ooh,
B.
you got more creativity.
She
more
literally
vision,
said
more
that.
new things.
She
you have
said,
lived
you're
more
better
life.
than that. You can go, and if it takes you, she was like, you can do one or two things. You can take some time off and work on this new set that I know is in you, or you can do your thing with Tony, because I know y'all improving. But she was like, I can't stand by and watch you not operate at your best.
Come on.
And she knows me enough to know how to speak to me, she can speak to my creativeness, my inspiration, the competitive part of me. And I'm competing with me, but she challenged me in a way that she could challenge me. Nobody even knows these jokes but her. She's literally the only person who can say, I remember, because she was there when I was trying these jokes out at 18, 20.
You know they gonna hit.
And they gonna hit. And she was like, yeah, they gonna hit, but like, you can do better than that. And that was it. She was like, if you do it, I'm gonna support you, but I don't really support that decision. But I love you, but I want you to be your best. I want you to be at your best. And that is like, you think I want to lose somebody who cares enough to speak into me over a coochie hole? A coochie? A coochie? This is a person who is enhancing my life over a coochie?
Over a coochie.
No! Coochie here, coochie there.
Coochie everywhere.
Coochie everywhere. But live speakers, partners.
Rare.
Love. And
wipe your ass if you were down and out tomorrow. Oh my God.
You gotta really think long term. If I were injured, she wouldn't want to do it, but she would literally take care of. No, she wouldn't.
No, I'm saying she would.
But she would do it.
Yeah, she wouldn't. Yeah.
No, she wouldn't.
Nobody would want to wipe.
Yeah. But if I wasn't KevOnStage, if I lost everything I have, like for whatever reason, right? Or if I get injured and I can't do this, if I got to work at a coffee shop and she's gonna be like, nigga, when we had it, we had it. This is our life now. Like,
figure it out.
And that's what I think about. Like, I don't even. And obviously, there's beautiful women everywhere, right? And I travel. I'm sure if I wanted to engage in that, I could. But I don't even put myself in those positions.
But because of how you present yourself, do women even approach you like that? Or they do? I
don't. So
because women know who they can walk up to and play with, and husbands that, you know what I mean? I feel like women, I don't know.
Yeah.
But because of who you are,
I think there's probably somebody that could try to take it as a challenge.
For sure.
Right? But my DMs are, for the most part, closed to people I don't follow.
Okay.
Right? I limit my interactions with people.
No, that's right.
I don't go, this old deacon told me when I first started, before I was even an old deacon, deacon, what's his name? Monique Duggar.
Okay.
Larry Duggar, still alive today.
Okay.
I hadn't even done nothing as a stand-up, but he saw the potential in me. And he pulled me aside at church one time. He knew I was doing stand-up in clubs, but he was like, you got to do your thing. He said, now, son, let me tell you what you do. You right now you go from here and you go to that Nate Jackson's, because I was doing Nate's. And after you do your Nate Jackson's, you go home. Okay. Now, when you start traveling, because I know it's gonna come with you, this is what you do. You go from the airport to the hotel to the vineyard. He said vineyard. You go to that vineyard. He meant vineyard.
Like vineyard.
You go to the vineyard and you go back to that hotel and you go back to the airport. You go back to that woman, because Tiger Woods had it and he threw it away and he never got it back. And he was so dead serious about like airport, hotel, venue, hotel, airport. That's the system. Like,
that's my system, and I'm single.
Listen, you won't catch me.
I'm not going to a nightclub.
Yeah,
My husband is not there.
My God, I go home. I talk to that woman on the phone, and I go to bed.
Okay,
and it keeps me sane. And also, I don't waste a lot of energy lying, entertaining. Like, that's a lot of energy that I could be spent enriching myself with her, talking to my kids, creating, resting, working out. Like, I don't, and honestly, I'm not a good enough liar. None of that. Like,
you're like, I'm a good person.
I just don't want, I'll be sick. I think I would like have ulcers.
That's how I am.
Trying to lie to her.
Having a secret and stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
God. I don't have the energy to lie and do all that stuff. And all in all, it's a blessing to me. It's a blessing to me. She's a beautiful person. She's a great mother. She's a great friend, sweet. Great business partner. She can really tell me the truth in a way nobody else can. And I just won't ruin that for some coochie.
For some coochie.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't belong in your epic summer plans? Getting burned by your old wireless bill. While you're planning beach trips, barbecues, and three-way weekends, your wireless bill should be the last thing holding you back. That's why you should make the switch to Mint Mobile. You guys, with plans starting at $15 a month, Mint Mobile gives you premium wireless service on the nation's largest 5G network. The coverage and speed you're used to, but way less money. So while your friends are sweating over data overages and surprise charges, you'll be chilling literally and financially. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. If I needed this product, it's definitely what I would use. The quality of Mint Mobile's wireless service in comparison to any other provider is impeccable. Now that I think about it, I could be saving so much money with Mint Mobile, you guys. This year, skip breaking a sweat and break the bank. Get your summer savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/b.simone. That's mintmobile.com/b.simone. Upfront payments of $45 for 3 months, 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent to $15 per month. New customer offer for the first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
C-double-O-G. You said you've been with her or known her since 16?
We have been together since we were 16.
16.
16 years old.
How old now?
I'm 42.
42.
42. We started dating on technically May 15th, 2000. So it's 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
What has marriage taught you that you were like really surprised about? Obviously, because y'all have been through many seasons. A teenager to 42, you're a totally different person. How did y'all even grow together and not grow apart? Or did y'all have seasons of,
it's like wavelengths. You are growing together and growing back apart and growing together and growing apart. Like, I had a cell phone when I was 17. And it was like the first Nokia brick, right? You remember that? I know you're a little younger.
I know
than
the
me.
flip phone.
Yeah, before your day.
Before the Razor?
Before the Razor.
Before the two-way.
Before the T-Mobile two-way,
Sidekick.
the Sidekick. Before that.
Before the BlackBerry.
Before the BlackBerry.
Jesus,
Pretty
Kev.
much everybody had an old Nokia.
It had Snake on it.
Had Snake on it. Everybody had I think it was 6620. I don't know the number, but everybody seemed to have that one phone. Okay. Right? I don't remember charging that phone ever. So imagine going from that phone to your current iPhone, whatever that is, 16. With imagine going from that phone to that phone. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't know what's happening.
Nothing.
But you go from that Nokia to the Razor to the BlackBerry, and you learn how to use each phone. Then I go to the iPhone, right? And I've had an iPhone since it's been many years. But every iPhone I've had along the way, right? And every time you get a new phone or an update, they'll send you, hey, this is where this is now. This is how you use this, and you learn how to use the current version of your phone. That's how you grow back together in a marriage. You have to be in love with and married to the current version of your spouse, and they have to be in love and married to the current version of you. There is some information from previous versions that is the same, right? You still hold your phone up to your ear like this,
Okay.
right? But now the headphone jack it's gone. So you got to have the thing in, or you got to have Bluetooth, right? So I have had to deal with and learn and love a 16-year-old virgin.
Wow.
Right? That's who she was, who was, ingrained in purity culture and thought the life was going to be this one way. I'm going to get married and my husband's going to go in the army like her dad was in the army. My dad was in the army. He's more than likely my husband's going to be in the military. I'm going to work my job, 2 kids, white picket fence and go, right? To the current version of my wife is 42 years old and perimenopausal. I didn't think when I was 16 I was going to learn about menopause. Like, I've heard of it, but I didn't think I was going to learn it
that far ahead.
No.
Yeah.
I got to learn what perimenopause is because that's the current version of my wife.
Yeah.
So I learned what luteal phase is on the
Never
menstrual
even heard
cycle.
that word.
Luteal phase.
Woman.
Luteal phase is usually the week prior to your cycle beginning, when you're the most hormonal, the most potentially agitated, period farts. You have this protein laxatigen or prostaglandin, something like
Period
that.
farts?
Period farts, period poops. That happening before is because of that.
I'm like, I am a woman and I've never heard this word. I'm still learning about my body. I'm like, ovulation is only this many days. No, you can only get pregnant this.
Because I noticed we would be the media taught me we were going to argue when she's on her period.
Okay.
But what I learned, it's actually the most contentious the week before. So I'm like, anytime we get in an argument, I'm like, I got about 2-3 days. If we really into it, 2-3 days. Now, you can't say that. I can't say you're on your period, but luteal phase, I can be aware of the surroundings. So that's what it takes to be married. You are growing apart, like, because you're growing as a person. Like,
you're doing a dance.
You're doing a dance. At 16, and this goes for any age. We got married at 25. We would have less different changes, but there's still changes to go through. But her parents were married at that time. Our parents got divorced. That shattered her idea of what marriage was. Because you see 2 people who are saved and God's supposed to, and divorce is not an option. All of a sudden, they got divorced.
Wow.
And other people in the church start getting divorced. So we were taught divorce is not an option, but People got divorced. People are doing it, right? My brother passed away 3 years ago now. I'm not expecting that to happen.
This was recent.
This was 3 years ago. He went on to be with him.
My God.
Yeah.
Y'all were close.
We were the closest.
Oh,
Melissa's the closest person to me. He was the next closest. The only person I talked to every single day
How did
was
he
my brother.
pass, if you don't mind me asking?
He had a heart attack. He had multiple myeloma, which is a form of cancer.
Okay.
And unfortunately, with that form of cancer, once you're diagnosed, it's usually like a 5 to 7 year terminal diagnosis, right? But he had been in remission. So he had gotten really sick and then he got better. Like hair fell out, all that type of stuff, couldn't travel, couldn't tour. Then he got better. So what messed with me is, had he gotten sick and just died, okay, like, you are dying of cancer. That sucks, but I'm aware of what happens.
You got a little hope.
Full hope, B. Full. The day my last book hit the New York Times bestseller, we got that news on a Wednesday. I called him. I was just in Houston with him. The last time I saw him, last time my brother, last time I saw the son. Dang, I'm getting emotional.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize.
Wow.
But that line in Sinners really hit me. But brother stuff in movies now is the worst. If they have a good relationship, I'd be like I didn't think about it in Sinners, but when I went in there, I was like, oh, brother. And then they were close and he died and vampires biting. It was a whole thing. But anyway, we had just celebrated that book getting the New York Times bestseller list, and then he passed away the next day. And so it was like, I was texting him that morning, right? And just to go back to Melissa, I was in like a state of shock. I talk about this a lot in the book. We were texting, me, him, and my homeboys from Washington and Ken, regular group chat stuff about sports, Nia Long, all that type of stuff. It was a day Nia Long and Udoka broke up because he cheated on her. We were talking about that. And we're texting. I'm walking around my neighborhood to try to get 5 miles in. And his wife calls me, Tam, my sister-in-law, and she's like, your brother's had a seizure, he's in the hospital, we don't know what's going on. So I'm freaking out. But I'm like, it was so out the blue that I didn't even relate it to him having cancer.
Right.
I was just like, a seizure, that's crazy. So I'm the Spike Lee shot where he's like the character's walking, but they're just walking. It seems like they're moving without knowing what's happening. They're just like on that dolly shot. That's how I was walking on the hike. So I get back to my house and I tell Melissa, and I had a show in San Jose that night, and I was supposed to get ready to take a shower and go to the airport. And I told her, like, Jay had a seizure. Tam was like, they're going to the hospital. And I don't know what to do. And I was like, I think I'm just going to go to this San Jose show. Like, he'll probably be fine. And she was like, I'm going to go to Houston just to make sure he's okay. I think you should come. And I was like, no, because I'm trying to not make it
a thing.
Like, he's
fine.
Because if I go there, it's real now, right? And that was another way she spoke to me. 'Cause she was like, you don't have to do this show. You know what I'm saying? We can go. So, we go, and on the plane, my nephew texts me, and he actually called me, and I don't know how to this day, I don't know how this phone worked. We were in the middle of the sky, 30,000 feet in the air, maybe an hour from Houston, and he called me, and that phone, like, I was able to answer, and he was like, Kev, he's gone. And like, I broke down on the plane, and I was in the middle seat. I couldn't even get first class. That's how much I loved him. I was willing to fly a coach. I was like,
I love my brother.
You got me in
You're an idiot.
34B. And
By the bathroom.
It was, and we're in the middle. It was 4 middle rows. So me and Melissa are both in the middle.
By this fat.
You died while I was in coach.
You're about to have me cry. And then you stop my tears with a dumbass.
But it was like, so she looked at me and she knew. She knew, and it was like, this is now the worst day of my life, right? And now
after one of the best.
I mean, literally, we scratched and clawed to get that book to New York Times bestseller. Like, we had worked really hard. We were really proud, and we celebrated with Jay. He was really proud, all that stuff. And now we're landing, and all of a sudden, I'm planning a funeral. And I've never planned a funeral. I've only been to 3 funerals in my life. My whole family is looking at me to plan a funeral. I'm like, I'm the child. My parents, grandma, they okay, Kev, what we gonna do? I'm like, I don't know. So me and Melissa, we got to call. We got to do the autopsy. We got to call funeral home. I've never done any of these things in my life. Ever. I only been to, that was my 3rd funeral ever that I've been to. My great grandma passed away. My Uncle Rudy had passed away at that time, and my brother. And but I'm not, we got to figure out all this stuff. We got to do people's flights and stuff like that. And Melissa's there the whole time. So it's like, there's a level of, love is the word, but like,
a reverence, a respect.
Man, it's like,
honor.
that's,
like,
again, this is my she'd never done it either, and that's not even her brother, even though that's not how our family was. That's not her brother, but it's like, this is what you need in this moment. This is what we're gonna do. Like, I'm calling the funeral home, she's calling the autopsy people. We're working out the arrangements. I'm on the phone with the hotel, she's buying flights. You know what I'm saying? And then when I'm breaking down every night or in the morning, she's also like allowing me to crumble in her arms. Like, what value do you place on somebody where you can be whatever emotion you need to be?
Ooh.
When I need to be Kev, the comedian, the big ego, I'm KevOnStage. I can be that, and she allows that. But when I'm Kev, the middle brother who lost his best friend, and I don't have to be big Kev, I can be just Kevin. A human who, and I still break down and cry, So for a person to see you that clearly is like, I'm not gonna ruin that. I will never get that again in my lifetime. I won't have 26 years like that to gain again. So that's why it's really easy for me. And I would do the same for her.
100%.
Like it doesn't go one way. When her parents got divorced, she was like shaken. Like
couldn't believe it.
That's your worldview. Like this is something you have seen the world now. She was young. I think she was our oldest was just born, so she was 23. But we were young Christians, and like we hadn't really been tried by life yet. You know, I was watching the show Shrinking with her, and it's really a show about grief. And one of the kids, her mom died, and she's in high school, and she was saying nobody knows what I'm going through. And her therapist is like, not yet, because life happens to everybody.
Everybody.
It just doesn't happen at the same time. So her parents getting divorced, like that's a earth-shattering thing. If you only known God, union, all that type of stuff, and you think your parents are going to and you're young and married, now she's looking at me like, okay, if my mom and dad can get divorced, surely me and Kevin can get divorced.
Man.
Because her mom's a preacher, dad was a deacon, like these were her role models, as most people's parents are. And I had to look at her and say, listen, I'm your family now. And what's happened to them is not going to happen to us. And by the grace of God and a lot of work, it hasn't happened yet. But like, that's why it's easy for me, because like I truly see the value in her, and I wouldn't want to lose that for some coochie.
Like,
we're going to circle back. But do you see, we're not going to lose that
for
coochie, man. Like, and honestly, be like, at this stage in my life, as my career goes, it's harder and harder to know who's your people for real.
100%.
Who's your
100%. Community is rotating, baby.
Yeah, like,
and it's like, it's okay.
It's
I
okay.
get excited about that. God revealed and revealed. Like, it's okay. I'm not the same person. I shouldn't have the same people.
Right.
Because I don't deal with the same things and think the same things are even okay anymore.
Yeah.
So,
and I think like, but because of that, having an anchor is so much more important. Man. Because I'm
that's not wavering.
No. And that's why I said her and my sons, if I have nobody else, I have my anchor. People can come and go, and she's a really good judge of character. She's, she just has a good discernment, her instinct, her gut. I'm super ambitious. She's ambitious, but she's also a farther thinker than I am. So again, that's my person, and I can't risk that for there was nothing more valuable than that. And that's what I knew early. It's like when I proposed to her, I was like, I don't think it gets any better than this for me.
Wow.
So if we were playing poker, I push all my chips in. I'm out. Like, and it was a great call on my part, because and she's just gotten better and better with age. It's become more of a good decision as we age. You know what I mean? Even like as I'm getting older, she's like, man, we got to take that sodium out of our diets. She don't fry food. I mean, maybe twice a year, because she's just like, I need you here for long. Yeah, like we had to go through and do our will after my brother passed. Like we had a will, but we didn't have like an estate planning trust thing. Like we just had the basics. If we die, money goes to these kids. But after that, we were like, oh, we need a will. We need a trust. We need to pass these assets to our children. We need to decide who is going to do that. Like those are some hard conversations. Yeah. Deciding if me and her pass away, who's gonna, caretake our estate for our children. Like
it's real thing.
That's real life.
That can happen.
Yes. Like, and you don't want to wait till a person's on life support to try to figure that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't want your stuff to be in probate, estate with the city or the state. Like that stuff can take years, but the bills are immediate. Like that autopsy and that funeral cost, that stuff is immediate. Wow. And your mortgage is due still the next month.
Wow.
And she's like, man, if something happens to you, she's like, I'm not earning income like that. Like, so we made sure something happens to me, house is paid off. The house, the house we live in is paid off. Plus, Like, y'all should not have to work again, ever. If you want to, you can. But the insurance on me is such though. If somebody got a GoFundMe for KevOnStage, they're scamming.
Do not give them a penny.
A penny. If I die and somebody raises money, they lying. If Melissa's alive, I guarantee you, they are lying to you, because that stuff good and clear. And she won't have to work again.
And you have 2 sons. No girls,
no
right?
No girls.
So if you know me,
yeah.
I never dated as the woman I am today.
Right.
So I've rededicated my life to Christ about 3 years ago. I'm just a different person. Walking with Christ is different than believing in him and having a relationship with him.
Sure.
And I'm finally cultivating this relationship with him. I've never dated as the woman I am today.
Yeah.
I feel like my non-negotiables and what I'm looking for is just so different. I've never had a man pray over me before I left the house. I've never had a man and granted, men that are doing that still playing. Yeah. They will play for some coochie.
Oh, well, okay? Church boy might be the worst one.
Them church niggas.
Oh, man, God told me you were my wife.
What?
Oh, my God, I see it all over you.
What?
God told me
you
this
are a demon.
Hey, the worst F-boys. James on that drum. So Mel Mitchell said,
drums,
not all that for James on the drums. Like, we be in the church terrorizing.
So that's my point.
Yeah.
The woman I am today, obviously my lens is a little different, but how do if you had a daughter, what would you tell her about finding a partner with good character and not being blindsided? Like, oh, he was all of these, the love bombing face. He was all of these things, then I married him and then he hit me.
Yeah.
Or he was all of these things and then I married him and he's not faithful. Like, what is your, I guess, advice as a big brother and somebody who's been married for 25 years to find a partner with those good characters, with those good morals, with just the fear of God?
Sure.
I feel like just a good person, not perfect, not just sinless, but just, trying their best not to live in sin and just be an honorable man. Like, what would you tell your little sister?
Absolutely. The first thing I would say is good character either way. Character is revealed through time.
Okay.
So good character or bad, it is revealed through time.
Okay.
The more time you spend with someone, the harder it is for them to hide their true motives.
Man.
Okay. So if he just wants to smash, right? And you're like, hey, I'm on a celibate journey. We can date. We can, do all the things, but it's not in my nature. I'm not going to come to your house past a certain time. You're not going to come to my house. We're not going to go to hotels. That's not really what I'm on. How long will a person be willing to do that, knowing, because also they're going to test your character.
100%. See,
right?
you really about it.
1000%. Because a lot of times men or women, they have heard that before and they just wait it out.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, you say that. Not you specifically, but you know,
start kissing.
Next thing you know, the sun's going down. We hanging out in wintertime. Now you throw some on Netflix. You cold? I got a cover.
Yeah.
I'm hard. I busted. I'm sorry, God. My celibacy started over.
I used to have that ring, True Love. Yeah. I had sex with it on. I was like, I cried for a week. I looked at the ring as I was losing my virginity. It said True Love waits. I was crying. I was like, I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell.
Not with the ring on.
True love waits. I'm sorry.
Because look, like, I think people want what they want, and they, we all can be manipulative
100%
to get what we want.
Yeah.
We'll tell you what you want to hear, and then we will get what we want, and then
switch,
change immediately. That's pretty universal. But I think if I had a daughter or a son, I would tell them, like, your character, you're not gonna be able to tell in a week or a month. Like Melissa was saying, one of the reasons she was okay marrying me is she saw how I interacted with my family, my mom, my dad, my siblings. Social media can be really helpful. Look these people up. What's on their Twitter timeline? How do they talk about things? Like, to me, you can tell a lot about a person by how they engage with certain topics.
Okay.
If you're talking about women's rights, Palestine, the politics, whatever it is, and you're conversing about that will usually tell you how, you see people. Like, for example, as we're shooting this, the Halle Berry, David Justice thing was going viral, where he was saying, I didn't want to marry her. This is just a clip. I didn't watch the full video. But he was saying, we broke up because she didn't cook or clean and she wasn't motherly.
Okay, I remember that.
Right?
I deleted it.
Yeah.
So that was one of the last things I saw before I got off. I said, I have to get off of this app.
So I would say if you're dating, play that clip. What do you think about this? Right?
That's good.
It's going to be harder and harder for people to keep the facade up when they don't know what it's directly about. Like, what do you think about this topic? What do you think about this in the news? Let's watch this episode. Hey, check this episode out. Tell me what you think about it. Yeah. From me?
No. I'm just saying, asking.
Yeah. What's your What's your opinion on that? I think that will tell you how a person thinks. And I'm not even saying it's wrong or right. I think if in David Justice's thing, if you want a person who's a cooker and cleaner, that's the person you should go be with. Like nothing about Halle Berry in 1993-4 says she is desiring to keep a house.
Yeah, she was grinding it out.
She's a movie star
in the world.
She's in movies. Yeah. One of the biggest black actresses working in the mid to late 90s. So that shouldn't have been a surprise. So I would say that that's how I would navigate that. The good thing about social media now is if you do your due diligence, you can get somebody's worldview by how they comment and speak about things or react to things. And if they don't have that on their profile, then send it to them and talk. That's the things I would talk about on my date to see if we're really aligned. You know what I'm saying? And one thing my wife was telling me that I agree with, she was like, when we were going through a rough patch, she would send me a podcast episode and be like, listen to this and tell me what you think. And I would really listen and tell her what I thought. If a person doesn't, and I'm not saying send homework.
Right. Like read this book.
Yeah.
Give me 6 notes.
Exactly. I'm not saying do that. But like if somebody shows you something that they're interested in, is that person willing to show interest and really with you? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I would approach that.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Watch this back.
Meditate. Absolutely.
I saw him and his wife at a restaurant in Atlanta with another beautiful couple.
Yeah, that was her sister and my brother. Yeah,
okay.
Mel and Greg.
I was like, all right, y'all, find me a man so we can triple date. Y'all double dating. Where mine at? I'm taking it.
Where mine at? It's hilarious.
I love how you love God, but I said this off camera. You're just so normal.
Yeah.
You're just like this everyday guy next door, and you don't try to. I think one of the things that went viral with you that I just respected and loved so much. You were at a concert and you had to address. I had a drink or something.
Oh, reunion concert.
The Christian community.
One margarita at the reunion concert.
My question to people is, would you rather me do all of these things off camera?
Yeah.
And portray a version of myself that is clean cut and what a Christian should look like to the world, but off camera, I'm having my wine. Yep. Or off camera, I'm saying a cuss word. Or I'm y'all, it's been 2.5 years and I'm still working on my cussing.
Yeah.
But it used to be 200 cuss words a day. Now it's 6.
Progress.
So it's nobody can tell you the progress that you've made and how the Holy Spirit has worked in your life, because nobody knows what your struggle is and how you have truly made progress.
For sure.
And I believe I've made progress. I've just had to do it publicly. And even in this season, I think God is telling me, okay, it's a little step back moment.
Yeah.
Just step back and make some progress with me.
Right.
You got to keep making the progress publicly. Come back when the progress is done. So I'm working through that now, but I admire that about you, how you are your true, authentic self on and off the camera. I think we have this perception of how Christianity should look, and it causes us to idolize these humans who are not their self off camera.
I love talking about this.
And it bothers me. I'm like, if y'all knew what they were doing in their basement.
1,000%. This is a problem, and I always clarify, this was my personal walk and my relationship with Christians and Christianity way prior to KevOnStage.
Okay.
Right? In my own family and my own home church way back in El Paso and every church I've ever been to. I didn't realize it as a child, but I caught on as I aged. I don't mean the term performative Christianity as like I'm a theologian, like performative Christianity. But I realized a lot of the people in my life were doing what they thought Christians should do when Christians were around or in the presence of people or acting that way. And then they were also doing something else when they were at home with their Christian friends.
It's called hypocrisy.
Yeah. Well, I think we often wear the mask.
But that's hypocrisy.
Well, I don't know if
showing up with a facade.
Okay, so I'm chewing on this idea of it being blatant hypocrisy because to
Can we
me,
look up the definition of hypocrisy?
Yeah, please.
Okay, let's just look it up. Because to me, hypocrisy is saying basically lying, right?
well, I think it's
Definition of hypocrisy.
the way I see it, it's like you're presenting as one, like you say you're a Christian, but you're just evil. That's to me hypocrisy. But I think what it was is you are a Christian, but you perform Christianity.
Okay.
But that's not your whole life. But you know that's what we were kind of like, in my mind, we were all agreeing to the rules of the game of what we need to look like. And
how we need to show up.
How we need to show up. And it became, at least for me, it became, I don't like, okay, I'm way more saved than these people, the sinners. That's how I was seeing it. But I'm also need to be more saved than the other Christians. So it becomes, I preach better than you. I go to more church. I go to more things like this. I don't do this.
All these
that
rules
stuff.
And I don't, but your heart.
And the thing is, like, in my personal family, I remember like drinking in my church, you were not supposed to drink. Drinking is a sin. So I'm like, okay, drinking is a sin. Didn't have a drink till I was 29. But I remember when I was a kid, I found a bottle of Seagrams behind my grandma's TV. Hot Seagrams. You drinking hot gin. Remember how them big back TVs, how hot they used to be? You know how rough life got to be? You got to go behind there because it was never in the refrigerator. She going back there and taking a hot sip of gin.
A little shot.
A little shot of hot gin. You going through it, Grandma. You got to go before the throne. That hot gin running through your system like a Japanese bullet train, right? So, and then it was like different sins are worse, right? You for whatever reason in our family, in our life, having sex and kids out of wedlock was like it's bad, but it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not being gay.
Right.
That's crazy.
Now that's horrible.
You like this is, and I'm like, this is crazy, right?
Crazy.
And then as I aged, that became, when I was doing stand-up, I was doing stand-up at Nate Jackson's Comedy Club. That's how I built the first 2-3 years of my career. I was there every Thursday. I'm seeing people at the club, pastors and stuff, and they like, don't tell my pastor, Kev. I'm going up. What you mean? Don't tell my pastor. My pastor knows. You know?
See, to me, that's not hypocrisy.
Yeah, no,
it's like owning who you are, where you are in the season you're in, and not trying to put on such a facade that you can't just admit what you're struggling with. I'm not saying go up in front of the church and be like, I watch porn.
Yeah.
But your community
here's
should
the
at
other
least
thing,
know
though.
who you are.
I'm going to tell you where it's not everybody's fault. I have a lot of pastor friends who are just like me. Not just like me, but they're not as pastoral as they have to be. What often happens is the members don't allow you to be human.
100%.
Because if I laugh, if they laugh at a joke that's everybody else is laughing at, what the pastor doing watching that? How the pastor watching this? Pastor watching Game of Thrones, he ain't sent. So we rob other people of their humanity. And as to,
put them in a box.
We put them in a box
for them.
Yes, and we rob them of their ability to be normal. And they would like to be, but then you say, well, this is why I don't go to church. So the pastors really be like, well, I really can't show that I like jazz or you want to go to Beyonce concert, whatever it is, they can't do it. So I remember a lot of pastors have told me that when that video was going viral, I was on tour in churches and a lot of pastors was like, see, that's why I went to the reunion concert in a different city. Because I wanted to have my little drink or have my little cigar, but I know my members ain't going to be at the LA show because my church is in Denver or whatever. So it's like they would be who they are, but their members can't allow. And they're also shepherding a lot of different people at different walks in their life. And some people are going to do whatever the pastor does, right? So if you're an alcoholic, for example, and you see my pastor at reunion concert and having a drink, then you feel like it's okay for you to do. So I think in some ways it's a system that we've created that is wrong or hard to uphold. Me, Kevin, personally, I don't operate in that system. To me, my Christian walk is more effective if I show people where I am in life. And I've been different places in my life. I didn't always have these views on LGBT. I was raised to be homophobic. That's how I was raised. I unlearned that.
What are your views now?
My views now, I remember the day it changed. When my son was born, he was about this big. Not even this big. He was about this big.
He wasn't that big.
He wasn't this big. But he fit from his head, and he was like 4 pounds, 7 ounces. His head was here in my palm, and his feet barely touched my elbow if I held him with one hand. And I remember when he was born, this was August 8th, 2006. You know, I'm taught up until that point. I was taught you were gay. You were either molested, or you wanted to be gay. We were not taught people were born gay, or you were just a sin. And if you were born gay, you could be born again.
Yep.
God made Adam and Eve, Adam and Steve. This is what my family, the church, this is what was taught to me and reinforced. When I held that baby in my arms, I remember thinking, I don't care what this baby is or does. There's nothing he can do that would make me love him any less or shun him from my family.
Love.
There's no way.
Yep.
Like the love I have for Melissa is different than the love I have for my kids. Like we created this life and we have to care for that life. Literally, you have to make sure they don't die up until a certain time before they can, And I remember at that moment, I was like, it wouldn't matter if he was gay to me, right? Now, I wasn't able to say that in church yet. I didn't have the language for that yet. I just knew, I'm having an original thought that is disagreeing with what I've been taught.
Wow.
Right? So, and from that moment on, even when I was a youth pastor, I never really, actually, I'm lying, B. I guess I was going to say I never really talked about homosexuality, but I did.
Okay.
Like that was my first thought, but it wasn't, it was a process.
Okay.
Right. I needed to
unlearn
some things that were ingrained in me. Like I no longer believe a lot of what I was taught about the LGBT community, and I still remain a Christian to this day. You're going to have to be mad at God. I'm not going to make that choice. I don't even believe I was taught you choose to be gay. I don't even believe that. I believe I've had some experiences with my life where I've known people who were young and I was, and they grew up to be gay. I don't think they decided I'm going to be gay.
Yep.
We're never molested.
Yep.
None of that stuff that I was taught as I aged seemed to be true. And what happened for me as I did my own research, I realized a lot of what I was taught by pastors who were not trained, didn't go to seminary, weren't theologians. They were usually charismatic or ambitious or whatever, but they didn't have the depth of understanding of the Bible that people now have. And a big change in me was the internet, because prior to the internet, I was only subject to what my pastor or pastors in my district or my denomination said. And for the most part, they were saying all the same thing. But I remember as I became a youth pastor, I started studying the Bible more, and I started hearing from pastors who knew more than my pastor knew. No disrespect, but they knew more about the Bible. And one thing my pastor taught me that also helped me, he said, when you're going to preach something and you're using the Bible as an example, because I used to preach every second Sunday for years, and I was a youth pastor for real.
No,
I was out, and I was a.
You're
I was
a pastor.
I'm still technically an ordained minister. You don't lose it. I did the training.
Are these videos online?
There's one message online. I was going off. I was staying. I had hair.
It was cold.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find it. My kids loved me because I would take things they were listening to, movies they're watching, and I'd find messages in them. So I like T-Pain 5 o'clock in the morning was a great message. I killed with that. Good Kid, Mad City was the last thing that I taught. They were all listening to that album, and I used a peer pressure song to teach them about, making good choices with your friends, and how even if you're not doing bad, if your friends are doing bad, you might end up in a situation where you're doing bad. But my pastor taught me, before you say something from the Bible, you need to know who wrote it.
Come on.
Who they were writing to, and what were the cultural norms of the time.
Context.
And what's the context?
What is the context?
And a lot of times we are using scriptures in the Bible and not understanding who's talking to who and what they're talking about and what are the cultural norms of the time. Because people say, if they do it in the Bible, we could do it today. Okay, well, polygamy is in the Bible. Concubines are in the Bible. Mm-hmm. People having multiple wives are in the Bible. Being married to children is in the Bible. We decide we're not doing those things. So that means we negotiate with the Bible on certain things. Slavery was the Bible. People use the Bible to justify slavery. Yeah. We decide as a society, well, not that part. Right. So there means other parts that we can decide what are the cultural norms of today.
Right.
That's how I approach it. And that's what changed my mind. And Christians get mad at that. And that's okay. Here's my thing. You don't got to agree with me. But I'm not going to go bash no LGBT person so you can feel better about God. I need these people. I love these people. These are my friends. These are my family, close family members as well. Yep. And this happened before I had a close person. This ain't like, well, I got to treat women right because I got a daughter. It ain't even that. Like, my son opened my eyes to a different way of thinking that was then validated by other experiences and hearing from people. And then also one thing that really messed with me in one of the churches I was working at, it seemed disingenuous to deny somebody's humanity, but use their gift. So you're writing songs, you're arranging songs, you're playing music. We're okay with you doing that, but I don't like how you live. Love the sinner, hate the sin. That doesn't really work. So it felt like we were using people and not allowing them to be in. And one thing that really broke my heart when I was a youth pastor, there was a kid in my class. I don't know if he's gay. He never said he was gay, but his friends was kind of winking like, you know what I'm saying? Kev, he might be gay. But they brought him and he loved my Bible study. He came with us to Space Needle like for months. He was just in there being a kid. We doing jerking battles in the back. We hooping, like he just happened to talk. He was Bible study for months. I never asked him about his sexuality. I'm teaching the messages that I'm teaching. I'm teaching my kids about hygiene. Like I remember one class, I told them boys and girls, I said, y'all, wash your do-rags, wash your bonnets. Cause you sweat at night. Y'all got to wash it.
Wash the bonnet.
When I tell you them boys and girls came up after me, I was like, I ain't gonna hold you, Kev.
I
it never crossed my mind to wash my do-rag. And some girls was like, never crossed my mind to wash my bonnet. I ain't even know what my hair was thinking. I'm teaching these kids life skills, teaching the boys all the kids how to change tires along with the Bible. One day this kid stops coming, right? So after like 2 or 3 weeks, because he was there every week, didn't miss a Bible study, didn't miss an outing for months. We rocking all the kids. I had like 20, 30 kids, which was a lot in Lakewood, Washington. So he don't come for 3 or 4 weeks. And I finally, the 4th week, I go to his homegirls. I'm like, yo, what's up with your boy? Why he ain't been coming? And they're like, we ain't tell you, Kev. He was going to the bathroom and a deacon like cornered him from the church, was like, you gay, ain't you, boy? You gay? And he said he went to the bathroom, left, and he never came back. And I'm like, if we are to bring the lost souls in, we allow a lot of other sinners time to find. I'm not even arguing that you need to change, not be gay. I'm not even making that argument. But that's if that is the argument you're making,
argument, right?
Then I watched my brother, who was, back then he was having sex. He was crazy. He started coming to church. Church would end by 1:30. He'd come at 1:25. Then 1. Then over years, right? Eventually he went from having sex with multiple women, living his life crazy. He was really out here, to married with a new child. And he was the superintendent of Sunday school. And our church loved him, knowing his full sin, all the way from sin and showing up 5 minutes early or 5 minutes before church ends to he's now the Sunday school superintendent. But when there was people in the church that we thought were gay, right, a gay boy or a masculine presenting woman, we did not allow them the same love. We meeting them at the thing. You gonna dress like that? You gonna be like that? I know what you out here doing. They never get the chance to make, if that's the change they're making. And again, I'm being very clear.
Right.
I'm not saying you need to make any change to love God. That's not what I believe. But even if that is what we're arguing, we're not giving these people that chance.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah. 100%.
I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah.
So feel how you feel. You can't whoop me. You're not my pastor. Get over it.
Not that you can't whoop me.
You can't whoop me. I'm 42 years old and you're not my pastor. And I love the gay community. They are my niggas. We would not have so many things if we didn't have gay people walking in their truth. We would not have so much good gospel music.
Come on.
Let's be honest about it.
We
would not have so much fire gospel. If we didn't let these gay people, what you want us to do? And that's just in church.
Play the.
And them people is in here writing our songs, arranging our music, preaching, doing all that stuff. We allow people to have all kinds of sins. We know pastors got outside babies. We know deacons. We know the drummers is having sex. But these gay people can't do it. Not today.
No.
Not me.
No.
You can't whoop me. You're not my pastor.
I love your perspective, and I have so many more questions for you, but I'm going to ask him more questions for the LTTA app. We're going to do 15 minutes, and if you guys are not on the app, you're not going to hear this. But before we go, I want to talk about this. This is what you going to do. You going to set the book up and not say one word about it.
I told you I'm bringing it, and I held it.
You are such a good conversationalist.
I can't hold the book just as a marketer, I can't. If you like the interview,
this is the moment to do it. Like, let's talk about the book, Kev. But I'm going to ask him some more questions because I want to know about his walk with Christ, how he evolved into this person. a little more dating questions for me, just my personal life. That will be on the LTTA app. You will get an extra 15 to 20 minutes with KevOnStage only on the app. But we are going to end this episode about this book. This is your second book.
It's my second book. It's my
The first one was a New York Times bestseller.
New York Times bestseller. Hey, man, the way things are going, hey, man, as long as you do it once, you can say it forever. So
I am a New York Times bestseller.
Yeah, I can say it, but like that, this is my life story in book form. My life from the point of view of the failures. That story about my brother dying, the long version of that is in here. I've never told that publicly. I told you that part, but the whole story, I don't be liking to cry on camera, but I'm also in this stage of life where I don't squash my feelings. If I need to cry, I cry.
I love that.
You need to allow yourself the full range of emotions that humanity desires to be healthy.
Proud of you.
But all the bad business decisions I made, how I became a successful businessman, it's all in here. Cussing at my sister, us finding it funny, cussing each other out when we were 8 years old. That's in here. It's fun. It's informative. It's $30. Buy it or don't.
No, buy it. Not buy it or don't. Where can we get it?
Amazon. Independent bookstores, if you can. That's more heavily weighted on the New York Times bestseller list. Bookstores, but if you can only do Amazon or audio, I appreciate it. And if you don't got the money, then post about it, share about it. And if you don't do anything, I still appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for listening to this. Because if you obviously are listening to this ad that we just threw in here, you listen to the whole episode, which means you love Kev because he is a great conversationalist. Successful failure, lessons learned. Let me start over.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I can't see it. You read it.
Successful failure, lessons learned flat on my face. Kevin Fredericks. That's me,
Kevin Fredericks. That's your last name?
Yeah.
This is great. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I've been trying to write a book I haven't even been trying to write a book. I have notes in and I'm like, one day I will put all these notes together for the past decade and it'll be a book. So this is amazing. I'm so proud of you. Are you willing to stay for 15 more minutes?
Absolutely.
Do a couple more questions, y'all.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Y'all know I ain't got Patreon. Why? Because I have the LTTA app. That's where all the exclusive content is. If you do not have the LTTA app, go to LTTA.app and go sign up to unlock your invite. KevOnStage will be on there dropping some more gems. We're going to have a little side conversation. And anything else you want to plug?
Churchy on BT.
Churchy! I saw the billboard.
Churchy comes out August 21st. So I don't know when this airs, but if it's not out, it will be out on the 21st. It's already out. Go stream that. The Hospital comes out on BT on September 10th. And the Ball Brothers will be on tour all fall. Our shows start September 27th in St. Louis and run through November. So come one, come all. Do one, do multiple. But at least you know about them all now.
Yay.
Yeah, or follow me for free. KevOnStage. Follow me.
Follow me for free.
Follow me as I follow Christ.
All right. Love you guys. I will see you on the next episode of Let's Try This Again. Audio drops every Monday on every single audio platform. Please leave a review. The Apple iTunes reviews are so beautiful. They make me cry. I love them so much. And the YouTube drops every Tuesday right here on YouTube. Please leave a nice comment. If it's negative, we'll probably leave it up. But if it's really, really bad, I will delete it and block you. So I love you guys so much. And I'll see you next week on Let's Try This Again. Bye. LTTA family, are you a part of the exclusive LTTA app community? If not, you're missing out on exclusive content just like this. The app is still invite only, so join the movement now for exclusive content, BTS, and private events, y'all. Make sure you go to LTTA.app and register now to unlock your invite. Yes, the app is invite only, and you don't want to miss any more content, so go now. That's LTTA.app. Go unlock your invite now.